Alright. Let's make it happen. I assume this is just gonna say, follow Johnny again. That's sort of the theme of this one. And we might have just learned more about him. Oh, actually, he's probably not gonna be there. It's gonna be in here. Now he's hiding. We actually have an entry for the mysterious elf. Hold on, I want to make sure we read this, because this is the person who supposedly Siri was looking for, although we know basically nothing about him, other than that he seemed to have been behind some of those images that we were seeing when we were exploring those caverns with Kira. Turned out not only Geralt was looking for Cirilla, also on her trail, a mysterious elven mage. Like the Witcher, he had gone to Kira Metz to inquire after Ciri's whereabouts. During this conversation, he also revealed he'd kept a hideout in the ruins near the village of Midcopse. Geralt decided to follow up on this lead. Though he was not able to establish the mysterious mage's identity, he did learn that he had been traveling with Cirilla sometime before the Wild Hunt was after him as well. Okay. And it was Johnny, though, who I was most interested in. Johnny. What's new, though? Once Geralt had helped him regain his voice, however, he talked up a veritable storm, giving the lie to all his tales of these legendary beings' supposed shyness. Johnny also agreed to convince Gran to put Geralt in touch with the ladies of the wood. Okay. Alright, Johnny. What's at that? This is one of those little huts that we were thinking we'd stop by at some point. I assume we kind of need to stick with Johnny, though, for the time being. Hearing more... Yeah, water hag this time.
Damn it.
Okay. Let's perhaps draw the sword. Perhaps draw the sword and not punch them. Geralt, do you like draw the sword? There we go. Now we're in business. Yeah, typically swinging your sword at the water is not terribly effective. Now, I may be wrong with that one. I'm no witcher myself, but I think that one might check out. Do these guys have any stuff on them? I'm most interested in the water hag might have. Alright, it's something, I suppose. And again, one of those little huts we were potentially looking to. Yep, loot. And Stymeridium Bomb. Wow. Okay. That could be good. It sounds like it could be good. Johnny, if you could stick around for just a second here, and then I might have more of an opportunity to see if there is anything else. Oh, that is, of course, enough to bring us over our weight limits. We did pick up a chestplate there, I think. Let's see if it's any good. What's this one? Nope, not that button. This button. It is not really any good at all, actually. Yeah. Let's dump it. Okay. Anything else hiding back here? I don't think so. That's what we just dropped. Alright, back with Johnny. You can see what to do under the map. Oh, in the map it'll also say... Here's current position. Oh, follow Johnny to the Swamp Village if you're hovering over this. Okay, gotcha. That's a good point. Come on, Johnny. Pay no mind to the explosive gas. It's just, you know, some fireworks. You know, 4th of July, whatnot, in and around there. Oh?
Good. It's clear. Not a crone in sight. I need to sing to Gran. That ought to calm her.
Mm-hmm. I suppose. You do you.
Little Johnny softly gazed.
I bet Johnny's the one who was teaching the kids the bad language.
A spark jumped out and whispered, "Listen,
You got your voice back.
I did. Though I seem to have lost an octave somewhere in the process.
Oh, no.
I shall look for it when I get home.
Hopefully you
You're
can still
not
find
allowed
it.
here, Johnny. You shouldn't have come.
Calm down, Gran. Don't get angry. It's not good for you.
Yeah, we may or may not have been behind this. I mean, both of these are very similar. Hard to tell what the difference of them really is. They're both either we want to find the ashen-haired woman, and the way we expect to do that is through the crones, or lead me to the crones so I can find the ashen-haired woman. So take your pick.
The woman I asked about earlier.
Forgive me, Gran, but this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, she's not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Ginny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen voice. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him.
Alright, now we're talking. Oh, he has a bow and arrow? Well done, Johnny. Thank you. And now we get to go into the big building. Okay. Are they in here? Were you just blocking us away from them previously?
Johnny's a good lad, though the ladies don't like him. No, foul creature, they say. Don't like him.
Who are the women in the tapestry?
Those are the ladies.
Oh.
Ladies lovely, with power o'er all. Beseech I thee, answer my call. Before you a worm crawls, wretched and small.
Yeah, this doesn't sound so good. You know, getting some strong demonic ritual vibes. Yeah, some very strong demonic ritual vibes.
Rest, woman.
Hey, so they speak through you.
Someone speaking through you?
Good looking and clever, too. Where have you been hiding, boy?
Oh, the mini-map is actually will also show us too. That's a good point. Like over to the right of the screen. I gotcha. Good point. Yeah, this is not really what I imagined, but at the same time, I feel like we probably want to try to be nice. This seems like the kind of, you know, a little bit passive-aggressive approach, and we're trying to ask a favor of them, so that probably wouldn't go over very well. So let's just play it cool for now.
I'm looking for the woman with ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Oh, he's impatient.
I mean, the other answer was going to be
Perhaps
more
he
impatient than
only
that.
likes ashen-haired girls.
And she is like a daughter.
The young woman. She's my daughter by choice. I raised her.
If she's shapely, what does it matter?
Matters to me.
I believe we've hit a nerve. He's bubbling like well-fed yeast.
Not really.
Oh, that's how I like him.
Yeah, so there are 3 of them talking through her simultaneously, seemingly.
It's clear you met her. Tell me everything.
That was blunt. Well, perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
Suppose not.
Hard times are upon us, white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil reigns stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Downwarren. It feeds on hatred and disdain. Destroy the beast, and we will be grateful. Tell you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
Dark power? You need a knight errant or a witch hunter, not a witcher.
The alderman of Downwarren will tell you all. Remember to collect payment from him after you complete your task.
Thanks. Good point.
And now,
Let's make sure we get paid.
servant will bring you the dagger.
Oh. Yeah, see, that's, you know, the whole, on the demonic ritual topic. And again, I didn't really volunteer for that.
What for?
When the alderman sees this dagger, he'll know we sent you. He'll aid with all.
That's it? Sure, there isn't a part where, you know, we do the whole blood sacrifice thing. Because, you know, I kind of would like to know that up front. None of this fine print stuff.
I'll talk to the alderman, but I can't promise anything.
Move, woman! Give the young man the dagger.
And you, White One, return only once you've completed the task.
Okay. If you say so. Hey, so...
Aye, mistress, right. On me way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger.
Yeah.
The dagger. For you. Ladies told me to give it to you. Here it is. The dagger.
But to be clear, is it the dagger? To be fair, that is awfully large for a dagger.
Place the alderman's payment on the stone. Stone bear. Stone shear. Stone nose. Stone ears.
Sounds like quite the stone. Alright, cool story, Gran. Talk to the alderman. Will do. Maybe let's read up on Gran a little bit and make sure, you know, that she's okay. Because, well, I think we know the answer to that. No. Geralt's first attempts to talk to her came to nothing. He was only able to break through her mistrust with the help of a godling named Johnny. A few words from the latter convinced Gran to help Geralt talk to the mysterious ladies of the wood. Okay, I mean, yes, but seemingly a lot more to it than just that. At least based on what we were just seeing there. So I'm assuming that means that we are headed over to Downwarren, which is shouldn't be too far, given that we have a fast travel location here and we have a fast travel location there. I mean, we could even get there on foot if we really needed to. So let's do that. Oh, actually, I meant to see if there's any loot in this building, because this is... Assuming it's good. Still unlocked. Is this the Witcher book we were reading earlier? You know, there's something of a similar nature about Witchers. My Evening with the Vampire, that's definitely new. Yeah, we read this one. This might be new, though. Bestiary entry added, probably about vampires. You will no doubt call me a liar, a cheat, and a madman. You will shake your head in pity and snort in disbelief, but I promise you, I swear on all the gods, everything which you shall read in the pages to follow is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's definitely from something, that phrase. I met the vampire of which I write years ago, in an inn in Beauclair. He introduced himself to me as Regis, and said he was a barber and a medic. Since he looked in every aspect like a mortal man, I might never have even suspected his true nature, had not a fire broken out shortly thereafter in the establishment in which we were residing. This Regis, if that truly was his name, stood completely untouched by the flames, whereas my own clothing quickly caught fire. The vampire carried me out of the burning inn, saving my life from certain death, then treated my numerous wounds. At first, Regis refused to answer my query as to how he had miraculously survived the furnace-like temperatures inside the burning inn without so much as a scratch on his body or hair singed on his head. Eventually, however, He must have sensed I was a man of the world, one who would not jump so hasty judgments based on appearance or species, and revealed his identity, along with a great number of highly interesting facts. I was gonna say, this name sounds familiar. I feel like back in The Witcher 1, did Dandelion mention that Geralt was friends with the vampire? He definitely mentioned that Geralt was friends with the vampire, and might have said, I feel like this is Regis. I don't remember if he actually dropped the name there or not, but I have a strong feeling that those two people are one and the same. According to Regis, not all vampires are alike. This vast family contains both mindless catacons, letters, and akimaras, who in form resemble overgrown bats far more than humans, as well as Alps and Bruxae, who look remarkably like comely maids. In addition to these, there are the even more powerful higher vampires, to which genus belonged my unexpected acquaintance. Not even a witcher can discern a higher vampire from a mortal man. Contrary to popular belief, they cannot be killed by pounding aspen stakes into their chests, nor by cutting off their heads, nor, as I can vouch for, based on personal experience, by fire. They do not fear running water, garlic, or the symbols of any creed. It might be some consolation to learn a vampire's bite does not turn a human into one of their number, and they do not in any way need our blood in order to survive. To them, it is merely a delicacy, in which they indulge from time to time, like men do, fine wine. Regis asked me to keep his tale to myself, but now, as I lay on my deathbed, I fear that I must share his secret knowledge, even if it means breaking my word to this most noble individual. That's not very nice. Ekimaru is supposedly a kind of vampire, higher vampires, of course, also kind of vampire. Let's check those out. And the Hysteria, I assume. Vampires have their own category? They might. In fact, this might be the first we're seeing of that category. I don't think we've encountered much in the way of vampires, at least not directly yet. Spectres? Yeah. Oh. Ekimaras. That's a strange-looking thing. Out of curiosity, Devil's Puffball, Vampire Oil, okay, that's not so surprising, and Igni. So at least for other vampires, fire is effective, but maybe not for the higher vampires. Bah, ain't nothing to fear, Ekimaras. Why, they ain't nothing more than overgrown bats. Like other vampires, Ekimaras are not, despite what village gossips might say, undead humans. I suppose they do kind of resemble zombies of sorts. They are instead post-conjunction monsters who have no particular feelings about garlic, holy water, or religious symbols. Unlike their portrayals in ballads and legends, they look nothing like handsome, pale aristocrats with charming Eastern accents, though, like catechans or necrants, they do bear a strong resemblance to overgrown bats. They also do not suck blood from the necks of virgins with a delicate, kiss-like bite. They tear them to shreds using long, sharp claws, and then slurp their splattered blood off the ground. Fantastic. Ekimaras are unusually cruel and exceptionally swift. They are able to quickly land blow after blow, capable of smashing even the best Mahakam-made armor into tiny shards. They should be fought with a silver sword, remembering that they can regenerate back health over time. One should thus never attempt to tire them out, or God forbid, wait for them to bleed to death. Instead, cut them down as quickly as possible, and, if possible, burn the body to ash and scatter it to the foul winds. So maybe that's why Igni is particularly effective, because it can potentially ignite them and deal damage over time in that way. Counter it a bit. Higher vampires, however. Vampire Oil, again, not so surprising, does still say that Igni is effective, despite the fact that Regis supposedly was walking through a flaming building. Men, the polite ones at least, would call me a monster. A blood-drinking freak. Emil Regis, higher vampire. Only a mutual thirst for blood links higher vampires to their distant and much more primitive cousins, Ekimaras, Alps, catechans, and the like. Higher vampires are, in fact, much more similar to humans than to those bat-like blood slurpers. They not only resemble us in appearance, but they also share our intelligence and behavioral patterns. This means that they do not squat in distant forests or hide in shadows. On the contrary, they are particularly fond of cities, where they live out deceivingly normal lives. Even witchers are not capable of recognizing them at once, for their medallions remain perfectly motionless in the presence of higher vampires. Yet all these similarities should not blind us to an essential difference. Unlike men, higher vampires are immortal. Those who have faced them in combat and survived can be counted on one hand. Uh-oh. It is a witcher's good fortune that higher vampires are extremely rare, and not all are dangerous to humans. Though they do have a taste for blood, they do not need it to drink it to survive. Some higher vampires have renounced feeding on humans altogether, and do no harm to anyone, but others give in to their desires. A witcher who braves fighting a higher vampire must bear in mind that he faces a monster endowed with incredible strength, one able to manipulate men and animals, turn invisible, and transform into a giant bat. Okay, so he looks like a human most of the time, but he also has the ability to transform into a giant bat, so... Okay, are they really more human-like? Are they really more bat-like? That's maybe up for some debate, then. And furthermore, one which is nearly impossible to kill. In other words, even an experienced monster slayer should think twice before accepting a contract on one of these creatures, even if half a kingdom and a princess's hand is in the offer. Okay, yikes. That sounds like a daunting task to take one of those guys on, and probably something that we would rather not do. Basically ever. Hey, Grant. Don't mind us. As we steal your 5th essence. And continue to jump over you. Leapfrog. Don't mind us. Bison grass actually is very hard to find, I think. We had to buy some of it previously in order to purchase some stuff. Or in order to make some stuff, alchemy-wise, I should say. I am kind of interested as to whether we're able to initiate a conversation with the Crones, but, you know, that's probably a bad idea. Probably wouldn't end well for us. Sulfur, I think, is also quite good. There's that. More sulfur. Oh! Care to explain? Well, you have these meat hooks, and then underneath, a dungeon? You know, that's like, you know... Not looking so great, Gran. Not looking great. You know, it took a quick turn for Dead by Daylight there. Actually, herbs in here? In several locations? I suppose so. Alright, let's check it out. And, children, cover your eyes, just in case. Hopefully it's just more crafting materials. At the moment, it's safe. Who knows what types of horrors might be down here. Yeah! Yeah, you know, the whole demonic ritual thing. In case there was any question previously as to whether that was the case, well, you know, I think that case is only getting stronger and stronger. You know, right now, if we were to say, loot these corpses on the ground for some florins, yeah, this is concerning now. This is very concerning. We were saying previously that it seemed like, oh, sure, Gran, she's intense, yes. She's worried about the children, but she means well. Except, you know, this raises some questions, Gran. This raises a lot of questions. A whole lot of questions. Blood altar? Not looking good. Now, was this... You were talking about some stone we were supposed to place the gift on or something? I wonder if maybe once we actually talk to the alderman and get more information from him and succeed in that other mission there, right? He wants us to slay a monster of some variety, come back and then place the gift on this stone slab. That's my guess. But anyways, I think that's everything that we can take at the moment down here. So let's carry on and forget that we ever saw this place. You actually need to walk into those meetups. Fantastic. Yeah, kids, maybe just don't ever go in there. Like, ever.